Розпочинаємо робочий день в УКМЦ і запрошуємо до слова речника адміністрації президента з питань.
We start our working day, and I invite to the floor the spokesperson of the administration of the president on the issues of anti-terrorist operation, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Yesterday, the situation in the east of Ukraine has improved significantly. There was the lowest number of shellings of Ukrainian positions since 19th of April. The enemy has not once used heavy armaments that are supposed to be pulled away from the confrontation line. For the first time for many months, there was no shelling in the settlement of Pisky. In details, in Luhansk this sector yesterday, there were 3 enemy armed provocations during night time. Next to Shastya, the enemy fired at our positions from small firearms. Next to Trokhizmenko, the enemy used grenade launcher from the opposite bank of the Seversky Donetsk River. And the least calm there was in the settlement Krymske, where the enemy conducted half-hour mortar shelling. In Donetsk sector, next to Svetlodarsk axis, the enemy has 3 times opened fire on Ukrainian frontline positions next to Luhansk, and they used small firearms and grenade launcher. They came there from the vicinity of Vuhlegirsk. In the vicinity of Horlivka yesterday, the enemy has violated the regime of ceasefire once. They have shelled the Ukrainian positions in Leninsk to the west of Dzerzhinsk. They shelled our positions from the anti-air cannon ZU-23-2, and it was placed in the residential quarters of Horlivka, blocks of flats. From Horlivka to Sunvat on the front line yesterday, it was calm. Next to Donetsk airport yesterday, there were combat actions of low intensity. During nighttime, the enemy up to 10 times have fired at Ukrainian frontline positions from grenade launchers. The main points of juxtaposition were the demarcation line between Spartak and Avdiivka, and also suburbs of outskirts of Opytne. 2 enemy provocations took part in Marinka. In Mariupol sector yesterday, there was 1 provocation of the gunmen with the use of machine gun in Shirokino. Over the last day, as a result of combat action, no Ukrainian servicemen died. 1 was wounded next to the city of Shastya. Despite the lull in the front, the Ukrainian military continue training yesterday and recently. A next stage of the preparation of the National Guardsmen within the framework of the Ukrainian-American training Fearless Guardian 2015 in Yavorivsky testing ground took place. And according to the legend, the National Guardsmen have seized the fortified positions of the enemy and repelled the counteroffensive of the enemy due to the timely called support of the APC. Also, the command and staff trainings were held in the military unit of the National Guards in Zaporizhia region. Its aim was the improvement of practical skills of commanders of units during the fulfillment of service and combat tasks. They demonstrated skillful actions in the elements of battle order, high professionalism, and battle spirit. The rotation of law enforcers in the zone of the anti-terrorist operation goes on. 50 warrior fighters of the Ternopil battalion have again went to the east. They will take duty on road checkpoints and will also monitor the public order. 15 servicemen from the State Automobile Inspection from Volyn came back home from the anti-terrorist operation zone. Their major function was to accompany military cargo and check transportation means. At the road checkpoint in Mariupol, they have detained an abettor of the invaders. The courageous guardsmen from Kremenchuk, headed by the senior Sergeant Yevgen Kostrov, have detained a person who was on the side of the enemy with arms, and now he is doing business on the occupied territory and finances the gunmen. The law enforcers continue to confiscate illegal arms and ammunition. Over the last day in the anti-terrorist operation zone and the neighboring regions, more than 200 live rounds to automated weaponry was confiscated, including 10 grenades. And the information from the Ukrainian Special Services, the bandit formation DNR, have developed a plan of provocations on the 1st of September. They want to stage a cynical crime, shell schools and other educational establishments, and blame the anti-terrorist operations on this. The gunmen plan to use this provocation as a pretext to address the Russian Federation with a request to officially and openly introduce the so-called peacekeeping forces. We call everybody to be vigilant, first of all, residents of the East. Could you tell us how many times the gunmen have violated the regime of silence, and why do you think it is the lowest numbers for 4.5 months? There were 19 shellings and firings at our positions, mostly in Luhansk sector. Why the intensity is decreasing, we still don't know, but we are ready, prepared for any development of the events. Our military are vigilant and ready to repel any encroachments. Thank you very much. If there are no questions, then the press briefing is over. Dear colleagues, for today, our day is done. Please follow our schedule on our site. Goodbye.